Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Jay McMahon from Jay McMahon Lacrosse. I'm a high school All-American at Garden City, and I was a two-time All-American at Brown University for Dom Stargent. At this channel, we're looking to help youth lacrosse players, middle schoolers and high schoolers, get to the next level. So if that's what you're looking for, you're at the right place.
How we throw the ball starts with how we hold the stick. So initially, we'll go over this. You want to hold the stick as if you're holding a pencil, okay? Or it's right-handed or left-handed. You don't want to make the mistake of holding the stick as if you're holding a broom. If you hold it like it's a pencil, why do we do that? Because that gives us a lot more control, all right? So as we're throwing, we are going to push with the top hand, pull with the bottom hand, and then we are going to snap our wrist. We're going to open our wrist and then close it. The accurate way to throw is to throw overhand. Okay, another thing I see a lot of teaching youth lacrosse, at whatever level it may be, it could be elementary school, middle school, high school, is we'll see players get opportunities and they lose them because they have poor form. So as we go overhand now, we're going to push. This is working that lever arm action, okay? So that we want to get that leverage. So I'm going to pull down as I'm pushing. You see me working that wrist. I'm going to snap that wrist, but then let's do it directly overhand. If you do it directly overhand, that butt end starts out here and it finishes out here. Okay? So overhand, I want to emphasize that, it's going to be most accurate. And what's the best form with overhand? That is where we have our arm. Let's say I'm right-handed right now. That upper arm is going to be at about a right angle. This other arm is going to be extended away. Okay, when we're thinking about crank shots, outside shots, we really want our hands away and our arms fairly straight so that we can get the most velocity on that shot. Same thing if you're making a long pass, right? You want your arms straight. If you're making a long pass, you don't need to change your form. All you would do is move your hands faster, okay, and have your hands away. So one tip, this is something I used to do. I was taught this growing up on Long Island. To get your form with your offhand as good as your strong hand or dominant hand is to stand in front of a mirror without a ball and just look at that form, give yourself a little room, push, pull, snap, all right? See how your footwork is. Feel how your hips are. Feel how your shoulders turn. Same thing as you're doing it now with your offhand. All right, I'm left-handed, so this is my right hand, this is my offhand. So I'm thinking about, all right, I want to mimic on this right hand as I'm doing it with my left hand, and that can really help you get proficient. One of the things I've really found myself personally, learning how to shoot well with my offhand and pass well with my offhand and teaching it to other players, is to really think about this top hand as being the lever, okay? So a lot of times when we're shooting it with our non-dominant hand, what we'll do is actually pull harder. I'm left-handed, so this is my left hand. I'm going to pull harder with that left hand. But you really don't want to do that. You want to think about this top hand and it being a lever. And that can help a lot of people learn how to do this properly because they think about what's the role of this non-dominant hand, this top hand, is that it's going to be the lever that we're pulling this stick up and over. So we keep our wrists open and then we come through. Open the wrist and then close it. So that will help you be more accurate. When we're thinking about accuracy, we want to have a consistent throwing motion. So a consistent throwing motion would mean that every time I'm throwing a ball, or I'm shooting it or passing it, I'm doing it the same way. So we could call that the release pattern. I like to use the phrase release pattern because then that leads into the release point. Okay, so you literally would be pointing to where you want that ball to go, whether it's a pass, whether it's a shot. So right now, if I'm thinking of throwing the ball a bit high, I'm going to point high like that, but I'm going to follow through, right? So I'm thinking about that release point is going to determine where the ball goes, but I still follow through. So you've got that, want to have that consistent release pattern, will help with accuracy. And when you're looking to put it on a corner or put it right on your teammate's stick, you think of that release point. So you literally point to where you want the ball to end.
Thanks so much for joining us today. If you found this helpful, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and go ahead and share it with a friend. Naturally, when you're doing each and every one of these drills, you want to use it with your left hand and with your right hand. That way you're twice as deadly. Now, Get out. This is Jay McMahon from Jay McMahon Lacrosse, dedicated to your success.